Hey man, top of it, top of it. Yeah, this is I guess my first live stream in a while. So whenever you come in, you know what I mean, hit the like button so this information can go out, so we can get a recommendation and things of that nature. So when um, so this is what's going on now. For the past few weeks, you understand me, I've been basically roasting, but basically debunking a lot of Kevin Samuels talking points from the high value male to um, women doing right by not raising their daughters to be wives, all this good stuff. And individuals, got a lot of smoke for me in my comment section. So I decided to, you understand me, go live just so if you have some smoke for you, boy, come see me. So we gonna start off. Let me see here. We gonna start off. Uh, you got your setup going on. Let me see. Let me drop you down. Yeah. Wait till Ace get everything situated and everything. See if she's situated. So yeah. So I've been on a good, I've been on a good trajectory for us going up. But man, hey man, let's do this smoke, man. You know what I'm talking about? Because I'm seeing, I don't even know what I'm gonna name this junk yet, but Ace, you there?
I'm here.
Oh, okay. Let me see if I can switch this joint here up so it can be in my headphones. All right. Yeah, so I mean, I gotta do the straightening thing with the whole Kevin Samuel situation because not that I just disagree, what I mean, with his concepts. You know what I mean, bro? I think he's misleading young men, old men too, old men that would want a good woman, need a good woman, but you put all those old bullsh. I mean, can't cuss within 5 minutes of a live stream. So, um, have all this have all this smoke for women. You know what I mean? And don't want to roast a man. You know what I'm saying? Um, he made the stupid remark that you know there are more husbands than wives. And my thing is, if your mathematics is correct, then how are there more husbands than wives when all the which they claim, if the woman if the wife is raised by a single mother and the husbands are raised by single mothers and husbands are there to serve, I taught to serve, and they raise the female, then you don't have husbands or wives. So I just I mean, individuals who got this smoke for you, boy, I need them to come see you, boy. I mean, really, I've been, I ain't gonna say no, been really getting on his head all week long. Then he said something to the effect of, you know, um, one of the women in the free market, I mean, they would lose. They would they would uh they would lose out in the free market. And my thing is, well, if there was true free market rules, then the so-called high value man here be super miserable because the women would just play the game how it goes. In order to get the highest caliber of man that you want, then you might as well go under the knife. Get your titties done, ass done, waist done, legs done, teeth done. Invest you about $10,000 to $20,000 in your body. and then you can go look for the highest color man you can find. And most of these dudes, especially high earning dudes, you know what I mean? They corny. Most of them corny. Most of them, lazy. Ain't got no game. Ain't got a mouthpiece. You know what I mean? They can't talk to themselves out of wet paper sack or nothing like that. But all of a sudden now, a woman is supposed to be so desperate for a man that she pick one of you Negroes. And my thing to that, man, what's wrong with y'all, man? Who raised y'all, bro? Who raised y'all? So, since that's not so, and you know what I mean, the free market would just have them doing more of the same. You know what I'm saying? It's just been a good week for me, man. It's just been a good week debunking everything he been saying because bro ain't saying nothing. He just causing more division between black men and black women. And so I want to know how these this is AP. This AP, I don't know. But AP, top of it to you. Top of it to you. So what do you think about that, Ace? What do you now? Oh, a quick question, Ace. You still there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. So what would you think about if Martin? I mean, I don't say Martin, but women. Um, do you think a woman should compete for a high earning man, or is it normal for you for women to compete for men?
Um, I don't think so. Women don't have to compete.
Okay,
Well,
well, no,
I personally don't compete, but I don't know. I've never competed, so I really can't. I can't relate. I don't know anything about that. Um,
because
because I've never had to. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Um,
right.
as
I
far as
mean,
high value, um,
well, that's
I
what you
mean,
say for high earners. You know what I mean? That's for when you spank them on high earning. I mean, because
high
high
earning.
value males, because high value males is typically the high earning guys. And so I really debunked it. I debunked it, and I wasn't even trying to do it. I was just like talking. I said, "Damn, I debunked this shit." But it's basically, you know what I mean. Let me see what this person here has
Well,
been
you know
coming on.
what? To be honest with you, I never really was attracted to a guy that quote unquote is a high earner because I'm an independent woman and most of them go for women that um, depend on men and want a man for their money. And
Right,
I've never been someone that, wanted a man for their money because I go make my own money, you know what I'm saying?
right, right, right,
So that they've never been attractive to me because um their mentality and how they treat women is based off of what they give women, and I
hmm
never a man for what he had. So you have to come with something else, and a lot of them um you know don't come with what I'm looking for,
right, 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 right. What is this, AP?
Hey, brother Ray, how's it going? Hi,
Oh,
Ace, how's it going?
what's going
Hi.
on with you? You
Pretty
got
good. Just I think that I never catch your lives. I always just read afterward. So
okay. I know you. I know that you comment on a lot of my videos, but I don't. I haven't put a few people come and you know a few regulars. You one of the regular individuals who comment on my videos regularly, and I appreciate that. And so,
you
what do you
have
think about? So what else?
you have good content.
Oh, thank you. I've been called. I've been replying to comments, and they've been calling me a simp all day. They've been saying I'm pandering to women and things of that nature. I just tell the truth.
That's
Let the
unfortunate.
let the chips fall where they may. So
Exactly.
I just So what do you think? What have your thoughts been about my videos this week, or do you have an opinion?
I think that pretty much I the opinions that I did have, I wrote them in the comments.
Okay.
But I look at a lot of different content creators though. So I don't want to go off memory right now. Sorry. I'm
Okay.
in bed right now, relaxing.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. But I know you caught the first part of this live.
So that question about the high value men,
Hmm.
first of all, this is a terminology that those people made up themselves
Right.
in their own little cocoon. And
All
black
right.
women, well, women in general, they don't think like men. So as far as I'm concerned, from day one, I had it in my head to make my own money because I
Right.
don't want to be with a person who's a jerk or a person who's arrogant or a person who's looking for a slave. I want to be with a partner and a companion. And the
Right.
way I'm treated is more important to me than how much money another person has. You know, when you work at a job, you work a certain amount of hours and then your life is your life. When you live with a jerk, that's 24/7.
Right.
So no, I don't. You know, if the person is a jerk and he has a lot of money, I don't care about how much money he has. You have to live with him.
Right. And that's been my main thing. I'm like, freedom is better than bondage. So why would I, and I brought the concept of what is that? Value is benefit minus cost benefit analysis when it comes to relationships.
Yes,
So if a woman, you know, why would she give up if you make 120 and she's making 70 and then she's not really gaining anything, but a little room and board or something like that, she may not have to pay all the bills. She might have to pay any bills. But to put up with your arrogance, to put up with, you know what I mean, you giving the woman your ass to kiss because you making money. And you're upset because I've said it on other panels. They don't want a begging woman. They don't want a woman who works at McDonald's. They don't want a woman who works uh, at at the hub in Memphis, or you know what I mean, something of that nature. But if you want a professional woman, the professional woman is too masculine. So you're gonna have to find a medium. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to find, you know what I mean? You're trying to find a Alicia Keys or something like that. But you want some, you know what I mean, pretty but yet humble, make a lot of money but yet defers to you. And those women few and far between. So you know what I mean. I'm not. I don't advocate individuals to settle, but if there's nothing around, now you can pursue whatever dream you want to think, but you don't wake up one day and you don't got old. Now you can't move. Now your hair gray. Now you got man boobs. Now your chest like you need an iron. You need to put some starch on your chest and straighten it out. Um, night and life just go downhill from there. So I just want to get men to just really think about what you say. If you think about what you say, then some of the rhetoric I hear out their mouths, they'll kind of calm down on because they realize, you know what I mean. These women who especially call in to Kevin Samuel show, which I can never understand for the life of me. Why would you call it? You looking for this unicorn of a man? He don't exist. He have, but he's married already, so he's not available. So since he's not available, then you know what I mean, y'all. This situational awareness, this self-awareness these women lack. You call it in a man's show to get bullied about a man who don't exist. So I just try to bring it to them and really show the guys because I look at my analytics and like 97% of my audience is men, are men. And maybe that's due to the thumbnails. And 7% of my audience are women. And I hope women come to get the information. You know what I mean? To get the information. Look, listen. When a man says, you know, I can have other women over here. I can have look at all these women I got on my phone. I simply say, well, what you doing over here for? You know, stuff like that. Now I get, you know, pandering to women and stuff like that. So AP, what do you think about competing for a man? Have you ever done that?
No. No. No, I mean because I think that this is going to sound unusual, but I think that people behave differently when they're competing.
Mm,
And I think that you don't have a true um, picture of how much something is worth if there's a lot of competition. Like, take for instance, remember those ugly dolls that was out, the Cabbage Patch dolls, and
yeah,
people were paying like $65 for them and stuff like that.
right,
Those dolls aren't worth $65, but it was
right.
because everybody wanted them. It drove up the price of the doll.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, I meet people on an individual basis and I assess whether or not we're a good fit. If you add competition, people are so busy worried about winning that they're not really concentrating on whether or not this is a good fit. It's like climbing the corporate ladder and the ladder is propped up against the wrong building.
Right.
If you are a good fit with this person and you guys enjoy each other's company and that person enriches your life and that person makes you want to be the best person you could be and that person supports you being the best version of yourself that you can possibly be, that's
Mm-hmm.
a good situation.
Right.
um, and if you're old enough to know that you have a good deal and they know that you're a good person,
Mm-hmm.
then it's a win for you. But everybody isn't going to fit like that.
Right.
It's kind of like a puzzle piece. Yeah, there may be 1,000 pieces in that puzzle, but there's only one fit.
Right. And I've been my thing is you know, try to find happiness and things like try to, you know, be with the person that makes you happy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Be you know, she has to be 165 pounds and she has to be you know, five such and such she looks more than the man. And I tell guys, and I don't know if you read I don't know if you read my comment section, but you probably have. Um um what is it? There in what
Oh, people are writing in
let's
the
see.
comment section.
Yeah. I'm looking. Um I guess I'm gonna say what's the name? Terrell Beast. Let me. He said, "Is there, in your opinion, any validity to what Kevin Samuel does or produces?"
Well, he's
Uh,
he's he's making sure that those men stay single, so it's more men for him. That's my opinion.
well, I would say, you know, um, it depends because if you know to his question, if he's saying that modern women are not wife of material, then if and you know the single mother thing is a opinion. He's not doing men any good. He's not doing men any good. And since he cannot help the ladies, because I don't I for I maybe This is me being ignorant is bliss. But the women who call this show, they're situationally unaware and self unaware. How do you know? Because one chick called and she said, I want a dude who make $275,000 a year. He asked her, have you ever had sex with a man? Made $275,000 a year? No. Been with a man who made $675,000 a year? No. So you deserve that? I'm like, you shouldn't even that if you've never done it, you never nothing close to it. Why you think that? To answer this question, um, to answer Terrell's question, validity to what Kevin does, a little bit. I would say a little bit. He comes down and when he's reciting what I say, then when he says cost benefit analysis, there's a lot of validity to that, but he used it wrong. I mean, yes, he does have some valid points, but to me and individuals such as myself, um, I've known the information since high school. So what he telling the women in 2021, I knew that in the 90s. So I guess to those individuals, to those women, because I don't understand what a man get from it unless it's just purely entertainment. I don't understand what a man gets from another man telling a woman, giving a woman advice. I think a woman knows how to keep a man because a woman knows how to keep a job. You keep a man the same way. There's no different. You know, you come in, you do what you said you was going to do, and be who you said you was going to be. And if you're not doing that, then expect to be fired. And if you find something better, leave. So I don't watch all the shows. I don't watch this entire show. I will admit that. I take a little snippet of what he says and produce a video from it. So is there some validity to what he's saying? Yes and no. Yes, he's correct, but no, he don't provide proper context of what he's saying. So hope that answers your question. Terrell Beast. Now what was I? Yeah. So my whole thing is I have to get men to thinking. I do care about people and I do care about um black couples and things of that nature. But if you don't, if a, my thing, if you don't deal with the man as a man, and how do you deal with the man or teach a man, deal with the man? You teach a man. You don't shame a man because if you think about it, he does the same thing to women that he complained women do to him. He used what their sign language, shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right. A woman can call Kevin Samuels and say, hey, I'm 25 years old, 26 years old, no kids, in college getting a master's degree. He'll find some way to demean that woman. And that woman just calling him for help, you demeaning that woman. So he don't care about, so Kevin don't care about black people getting together. Kevin cares about Kevin. So since I know that, even though there's some things I could have talked about, but I haven't because it really ain't my business. I could have talked about the dude in the nappy head dude in the bed. Yes, his bed. Child support. That's his child support. Daughter not want to talk to him. That ain't my business. That's his daughter. I could have talked about all that, but they ain't my business. So, but getting back to the competition with the high value male thing, whatever, stuff like that. I do. I believe in men competing for women. That's the way it's always been. It's like that in the animal kingdom, everywhere else. So that's why men go out and get the nice cars, get the haircuts, get the jewelry and things like that for women. I don't know what women get their hair done, look nice, smell good, stay in shape for men. I don't know what this breakdown is between man and woman that Kevin talks about. So, well, Ace, you still here?
Ace,
She might be asleep.
no, she's here.
I'm
Okay,
here. I
okay,
just got my mic muted. I'm sorry.
okay, okay. It's all good. So, so yeah, I don't want to seem like I'm a hater or none. I don't want to seem like a hater. But just like Terrell came in ready to cape for Kevin Sack, y'all see this? I mean, but it's thousands of them, it's legions of them. The moment you start questioning the motives behind the action, then they call you a simp. But they don't do nothing for me. But anyway, but yeah, anything y'all want to just talk about and chop up? What the hell?
Ace,
Mm, not really.
Okay, I don't want to get on so let me see. Quick question. So, ask both of y'all. Do y'all think today's woman is marriage material? From what y'all see from your eyeballs, and I'll take Ace first, then AP.
Um, that depends because it depends on the generation. I will say the younger generation. I don't think so.
Mm,
I'm an '80s baby. Um, our our morals, principles, and values were different
mm-hmm,
than you know. Let's just say a 2000s baby or a late '90s baby. You know what I'm saying? It's different, and the way they do things is a lot different. And so, with that said, I don't feel that it's a lot of marriage material these days.
mm. Just women or men and women?
Both
Okay.
men and women, because I mean, like I said, they're just different, and the newer generation they don't really believe in you know a
Marriage.
union type a union type of thing. Everything is momentary for them. It's for the moment, and
Mm,
when they get bored and feel like moving on, they move on, and it's what I'm saying. It's like no no stability, I should say, because they're not stable. They don't really try to stay in relationships.
right.
Once they get bored or things get tough, they're out.
Right. So, what about you, AP?
I think that the question more should be, do you want to get married and what does marriage mean to you?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that, that analysis, that formula that you have, is it worth it?
Right.
You know, because uh, if you're the type of person that you're comfortable and you're living a peaceful life and you have a rich life with friends and family and you're doing everything that you want to do, you cook when you want to cook, you do things that you want to do,
Mm-hmm.
um, that you may not want to get married.
Mm.
You may say, hey, my life is peaceful. Why would I want to bring a drill sergeant in here telling me hut 2, 3, 4, and trying to force me to do stuff I don't want to do? So
Mm-hmm.
if a person wants to get married, and if, like I said, if you get along with that person, if that person brings out the best in you, if that person is a good helpmate, then you may say, hey, you know what? It's worth it. It's worth it for me to marry this person. But if you're good and your life is the way you like it, and you have fulfilling relationships, and you can compartmentalize different things, and you can fill all of your needs with friends and family, a lot of people won't want to get married,
Mm. Well, because my
especially
thing,
women. I think that women can live a lifetime of not being married. If if if
mm,
if if all of the boxes are checked as far as socialization is concerned,
hmm
they may not even desire to get married.
mm. I didn't think about that. I didn't think about that. So what do you? So, because my thing is, if you watch the video, and I'm pretty sure you have, there's no value in a woman teaching her daughter to be a wife because now if you listen to different content creators, they always say, well, there's no value in a man getting married. Man get taken to the cleaners. You know, don't we don't love these hoes. These hoes for the streets. Um, there are no wives out there. So hey, you know what I mean? Why not? Why would you get married? So do you think that has anything to do with I guess low marriage rate or well I would say low marriage rate with receiving that information what these some of these content creators are putting out, would you if you had daughters, would you train them to focus on their career or focus on being a wife? Now I start with AP.
I would tell them, okay, if you have a car, you can't just have a car with no automobile insurance.
Right.
If you're going to marry a person, that's fine, but have something so that in the event, if 50% of all marriages end in divorce, shouldn't you have insurance?
Mm,
How come it's you have to have automobile insurance? 50% of the people don't have accidents. It's
right.
law.
Mm-hmm.
But when you get married, you don't there's no marriage insurance.
Mm,
So when you are in a, if you're going to marry a person, sometimes people get married and people fall in and out of love every day, but you still want the quality of your life to be a good quality. You don't want to go from being married to a millionaire to working in 7-Eleven.
right.
So just get your education out of the way. Just get it out of the way.
Right.
And then if the marriage doesn't work out, you have something to fall back on. And instead of, you know, going from the penthouse to the Bowery and to being homeless, at least you could go from the penthouse to maybe the 50th floor. You won't go down so bad. So I don't
Mm,
think it's wrong to say while you're young and your brain is functioning properly and everything, just get that foundation and
mm,
just in case things don't work out, you won't be in a homeless shelter.
mm. So what, Ace?
I totally agree. Korea, I would say focus on school and career because, marriage, like, as she just told you, 50% of marriages end in divorce. And,
Now Terrell
everybody,
says I'm sorry for cutting you out, but Terrell says who filed he said women, there's been a stat somewhere that says women file for 80% of divorces. So um is that a thing or you know
that may be so. You know why? Because women can survive without a man. And sometimes it's better to divorce and get their peace back than
hmm
to be in a relationship that they can't get no peace. So,
okay.
and she can survive. She can sustain without a man. That's
Mm,
where that I think people um, still have that old school mentality because back in the day, women stayed in relationships. Men would go out, have a whole nother family,
hmm
and had babies on the side and all of that, and women stayed, but they stayed because they couldn't sustain alone most of the time. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh. I
And so
understand.
now, women, some women make more than, men. And so with
Mm-hmm.
that being said, they can survive without a man.
Oh, okay. Oh, so I guess from what I don't, I've said these things, are individuals who don't believe these things. They um so there's another question I got for you guys. Do you think the current marriage setup is it outdated? And I mean that because women can survive without men, um, or should we just do away with with marriage as it is today? Just we get together, um, draw out a contract if a contract is needed. Um, you know, if you want my last name, take my last name. But if we split, you don't get half of my stuff. You don't get. I mean, we can draw it out of the contract. You sign your name, I sign my name. We agreed because our word means something. Should we redo should society redo the institution of marriage? I'm gonna start with Ace first.
Um, I guess I guess so because um, I, like I said earlier, most people think of marriage as traditional. It's not traditional anymore. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Right.
and I do feel like you should leave with what you came in with. You know what I'm saying? So they do have prenuptial agreements for that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Not everybody gets that. Like a normal person like me or you probably would not, do a prenup.
Mm.
But I do feel that if you came in this relationship with nothing, you should leave with the same thing you came in with. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I I don't feel like, if we get a divorce, you should take half my shit because we've been together. You know what I'm saying? That's not fair. If especially if you have, there was no support along the line or, and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, if you supported, certain things and we built, things in the relationship, then of course we would have to, figure out that part. But if there was no support, and I did it on my own, and I came in with whatever, and I should leave with that, whatever I built in that relationship. If we wasn't building it together, you feel me? Because
Right.
sometimes relationships a lot are a lot lopsided. You know what I'm saying? One person may be doing more than the other, and one person may be building, and the other person is just, depending upon that bill. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that person never didn't put any effort into, what was being done. So I
Oh,
don't feel that they should deserve, a part of that.
okay. AP, you got an opinion on that?
I think that I don't think that you should do away with marriage, but I do think that I think that the current system is okay the way it is now, but I think that there should be other things taken into consideration because the world has changed. It's just like the law. In the law, there's identity theft and stalking. They have to make laws to catch up with the times.
Right.
And I think that when it comes to marriage, they may have to build up or add addendums to the already existing laws to keep up with the times.
Okay.
But I don't think that it should be um, abolished. I think that it's a good system and it's a family oriented system. And I think that it was a well meaning system. But again, if you're not meeting, you know, if you're not meeting a person who is that person that's good for you, then getting married just for the sake of tradition or getting married just for the sake of being married is not smart. And so a lot of people are thinking about it more so. And they're not just getting married just for the sake of getting married, because just getting married, a person could be marrying you to kill you and live off the insurance money, you know. So
Right.
you don't want to just get married just because you're a certain age or whatever. It has to be something that's a good fit for you. It's a good if you want, to have stable families and generational wealth and, legacy. Marriage is a good start. But
Mm,
if that's not the route that you're going in, then it's not for everyone.
right. Um, who is this? Turl B says, I'm gonna address this statement. He said, I'm interested in the improvement of our race. Married 28 years, 3 sons, and Mr. Samuels is not that important, but together is how we get better and how we accumulate power. What end are you pushing to? Well, I'm pushing to the same end you pushing to for the improvement of our race. But now, if you have a man who is encouraging jealousy among black men, then I don't know. And and for you to make that statement, improving on my race, and don't understand he's promoting jealousy among black men, and you still like this guy. I don't get it. I when you say somebody high value, these only men right here is better than these 10% are better than the 90, but we all need to come together as one as men. See, I hear him talking about the improvement on the race, and my thing is, where do you spend your money? Do you spend your money with black people, or do you spend your money with white people? Now, I'm not mad at either one. It's your money. So the best way we can accumulate power is control how we spend our money. Now he says competition make men perform. Well, Terrell Beast, my thing is, who are you competing against? Because you sure ain't competing with the white man. So if you ain't competing with the white man, you just competing with black folks, with black men. So that's one thing we need. Competition make men perform, but you just a performing against other black men. Well, I got a video now. I got a video that shows I don't Ace, you seen it. The sit-in video where the three folks came in to the white only establishment. They came in and the two dudes, the white dude and the black dude, got the brace beat off of them. So um so if you ain't competing, if the white man ain't included in the competition, then what's the goal of competing? Now, men are competing for sexual access to women. It's not about no power. It's about sexual access to women. Because if women screw guys in cardboard boxes, guys buy a lot more cardboard. If if the women start having sex with dudes in Hondas, you Honda be back ordered. So that's what men are competing with. We're not competing for a stake on the global stage to competing economically. Black men are competing for sexual access to women. So so now if you can debunk it, you're welcome to come on to the panel. It's open. And Bahama Man says we need to return to biblical version of marriage, which states that a man can have multiple wives. You can get rid of the wife for being rebellious, having a rebellious spirit. Um, so that may be an option. But if you're gonna do that, you got to be responsible for it. And to in order to have a wife in biblical times, you need provide a shelter, food, and conjugal rights. But we already that's already going on today, but it's just not recognized. So I would say you do a marriage license. You do you would I say you should do the traditional marriage like you do a driver license. Every so often, you need to get it renewed. Let it go. You know what I mean? Because it's just like it's just like it's a merger. That's why you got to split up the stuff because it's a business merger. Man, Terrell Beast must have a microphone. Said men compete with men on their level to move up. Why are you oversimplifying things? Either you're not that bright or disingenuous or outright lying. Okay, come on, man. Come on. Terrell Beast, you just said, make sure I'm quoting you correctly. You just said, I'm interested in improvement of our race. Married for 28 years, 3 sons, and Mrs. Samuels is not that important, but together is how we better and how we accumulate power. This is what you said, free will and accord. So what end are you pushing to? Then you said, men competing and things of that nature. Men are competing for their level. So how black men competing with other black men helping the race accumulate power to move up. So if you're competing with this man to move up, then it's always for more money. Next man, more money. Next man, more money. Next man, more money. And you're not using that money to help the other individuals. You know what I mean? You climb up the ladder and you just kick the ladder. So don't act as if, black men competing against each other. Now you move up the corporate ladder and then you kick the ladder because you want to be the HNIC. So, but back on the detriment of Kevin, like I say, hey man, when black men start competing with white men, then you have something. But if you ain't talking about competing with the white man, what are we talking about? Anyway, yeah. So so now, quick question. Now, do you think the men out today are husbands? Meaning that because if most men are raised by single mothers, then a man, it takes a man to see a man to be a man, and you got to be a man first before you be a husband. So, AP, do you see any husbands out and about, or you just don't see anything?
No.
Mm. Mm. Okay, because are they too? I don't want to call them too sissified or too whiny or too feminine. Well, what is it about the modern man that makes him not be a husband?
Because how can you have a civilization without looking ahead to the future,
Mm.
without planning for legacy, without planning for inheritance, without trying to progress, without not wanting to start families?
Mm.
Why would you tell, if you're serious about planning, uh, you know, a society or a nation, why would you tell young men to put off getting married until 40 when they have geriatric sperm and tell them to the when they're the best and the strongest and the fittest, you're telling them to run out there and run through women. And then when they start slowing down, then you tell them to get married when they're 45. And then you tell them
Right.
to bring their geriatric sperm to a 25-year-old. That's insane. That doesn't sound like it's not going to work if the women at 25 are trying to get married after they graduate from college, and all of the 25-year-olds are being told, you know, run wild and sow your wild oats. And then these men with these geriatric sperm are in your face, and you're like, why is this old man in my face? I'm going to be stuck taking care of kids and taking care of him too.
Mm. Ace.
I'm gonna have to agree and say no. It's not for very many reasons.
Mm. Because my thing is, since everybody's saying there's no value in marriage, why get married? So guys now are just really looking after themselves, like AP said. So, um, if I don't want any kids, don't want to be married, so they can just live like a kid for the rest of their lives, just thinking about themselves and um, say fuck the future. Cause I tell a friend of mine, he's a he's a he's a Kevin Samuel stan. Um, and I say, man, if ain't nobody having kids, and we out of here in the generation. If everybody's scared to get married or have kids. Not everybody's scared because child support full every day. And broke guys have broke individuals have sex all the time. But if the narrative is why get married, then young men don't see the value of marriage. Then I don't see, I saw a live stream today that says, modern women are not married to, they're more like whores. But I'm like, man, y'all don't offer a woman nothing but money. You lead everything with money. If it's the high value thing, money. You don't leave a conversation. You don't leave with character. You don't leave with respect. And respect is the tie that binds. Because I always tell guys, if a woman don't respect you, she can't love you. But then too, what I mean, some guys just gonna be good dick for women. They ain't gonna be, husbands or nothing like this. It's just a good lay. She get laid. He on about his business. She on about her business. Because I don't think this trend is gonna turn around no time soon. Long as Kevin Samuels keep on spewing that fact that what I mean, no value in marriage and women ain't. I'm gonna say women ain't none, but they need to bow down and kiss the ring and come to the table or something like that. So, yeah, let me see. Anybody else? I'm not. So, yeah, I'm from where the just did. I just want to do a little live, and y'all come back. And I'm finna really finna go to sleep. 'Cause I gotta get up early in the morning. So, in the last words from AP or Ace, go AP first.
Yeah, I appreciate you doing the live. It's a little under an hour, which is fine. But yeah, I appreciate what you do, Brother Ray, because you you seem like a lot of the ways you analyze social issues is more comprehensive, and sometimes you do give a take on like a woman's view, even though you're not a woman. But um, I think that some of the advice that some of these men are getting is horrible. And if they try to go out into, I mean, a lot of these guys, they don't even know how to have conversations with women.
Mm,
Just like you said, they're leading with their money.
mm,
And how are you going to get a woman if you don't even know how to talk to women? So, I mean, a lot of, I agree with a lot of your talking points, and I think you're doing a great job. And, um, you know, I wish more men listened to you.
mm.
So,
Well,
with that
so
being, yeah.
quick question. So, what don't you agree with what I say?
Oh,
Has there
what?
anything?
Oh,
Has there been anything I've said that you don't agree with?
um, not that I can think of tonight.
I'm just
Not
saying in the
that
past.
I,
In the
yeah,
past.
not that I, not anything that comes to mind. I mean, usually, like if I listen to one of your broadcasts, if I disagree, I'll write in the you
In the
know,
comment.
right
Okay.
away, and I'll
Right.
get it off my chest, and then I'll move on. I
Right.
don't
Right.
have
Right.
I don't have like a bone to pick with you or anything like that. But I think that
Okay.
a lot of your content is a lot more accurate to me
Mm.
than some of the pie in the sky things I'm hearing from Mr. KS. It's just completely gonna make people more distant.
Well, just for the future, I'm gonna stop using those ladies as thumbnails. As soon as I get
Oh
my,
no, you can use that. Oh, that doesn't offend me.
oh,
That
don't.
doesn't offend me. No, it doesn't. No.
Mm,
I mean, as a matter of fact, I think that those ladies are a good idea because I think that this cookie cutter, what's your dress size, is crap.
right.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And, you know, a lot of men, I believe, are not really saying what they really like because they're worried about what their friends think and they're worried about what their friends are going to say. If you
Right.
like big booty women, if that's your thing, that's your thing.
Right.
That's their beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Right.
I that doesn't if those photos don't offend me at all. Those A lot of those women are very pretty. They're very beautiful. So, no shade from me.
Okay. Well, Ace, any last words or thoughts?
Brother Ray, it's been a minute, but we always have great conversation, and tonight has been no different. And thanks for coming on.
All right. Well, I'm gonna wrap it up. Been I gotta go to sleep and get ready to go to work. So, thank y'all for coming in. Thanks for y'all time. Talk to y'all later.
And have a great night.
You too.